Hi everyone, DJ here. Welcome to Brawlhalla. Over the last Brawlhalla video, I've shown with the Bloomhalla Costumes in 2025. If y'all didn't see that video, make go check that video out before this one. But today, this is the last day of showing the Bloomhalla Costumes. That's right. This is the last day of showing the Bloomhalla Costumes in 2025. I'll tell you what, this has gone by very quick, and I mean really quick. Because we just shown the Bloomhalla Costumes literally just the other day, and right now is literally about to be in these costumes, because most of all, Bloomhalla don't really have that much costumes in 2025, or Bloomhalla costumes in general. But still, I did enjoy Bloomhalla pretty much over about a week. By the way, it was probably one of the most very interesting Bloomhalla we got for this year of 2025, especially having a Moogie being the Bloomhalla 2025 skin, or should I say costume, which is pretty much nice. So, I'll wait no time as always. Let's get on to this. And also, before we do start, well, if you guys hadn't checked out the poll from yesterday, make go check that poll while y'all watching the video. And the poll we have for today is for the second of the Lego Ninjago Season 3 Dragon Rising. It said, who is your favorite Forbidden 5 in this list? So we have with Core, Nox, Zachret, if that's how I say his name, and Core. Now, one of you guys picked with Rox, which was very interesting, because most of all, Rox was probably the most interesting character that Fury had a little bit interesting though, because she's pretty much is evil, because most of all the Forbidden 5 are pretty much evil. So I can pretty much say, and pretty much her and Nox are probably one of my favorite, by the way, so which is great. But now, let's see what the costume we are showing for pretty much for the last day for Bloomhalla. So we have is Hogwin Jaeyeon, which I think this costume, I feel like I have shown it before, by the way, but I'm not entirely sure, because it looks like it's new to me. Evelyn Hollow Hawks, Tea Time Scarlet, and Evelyn Hollow Magyar. So those are the costumes we are showing today for Bloomhalla. So let's get this started, because I am actually very excited about this, by the way, because most of all, because this is the last day of showing the costume for Bloomhalla in 2025. So let's start with Jaeyeon, which he's pretty much down here, and I literally forgot he's literally the top of the third list, by the way, so which is interesting. So here he is, Hogwing Jaeyeon. So the costume we have is pretty much, sorry, the costumes. The weapon skins we have is Blue Blossom Blade and the Flora Striker. I feel like I'm saying Florida, by the way. The Florida Striker. But no, it said the Flora Striker, so which is pretty much cool. So let's show this costume. Jaeyeon. It's been a long time since I played this character. So let's go to Plans of Pageant. And I always keep forgetting to change that player tile, by the way. I literally forget to change that, by the way. Because I literally said every time I'm going to change it for like the next Brawlhalla video, I always forget, by the way. Because it's still the Lucky Clover from over like last month. Alright, so let's see. Let's see what Jaeyeon moves as I remember. So right air, up air. Okay, a little bit too early for that. Down air. Okay. Got very interesting moves as I remember. Alright, let's see if we can do the up air. Let me try it one more time. There we go. Alright, much better. Okay. I'll tell you what, Jaeyeon got some really interesting moves. I really do like. Now time for his great sword, known as the Flora Striker, which is interesting. Oh my god. I literally just said it. I literally said the Florida Striker. Oh my god. You're gonna get used to saying these names, by the way. Florida. They literally sound similar. I'm not even making this as a funny joke. They literally sound so similar to me. I don't know why. It's just ridiculous. I might just have to call it a Florida Striker. That's literally what it pretty much gonna be. Alright, so yeah, I remember the up air being free. Yep, so yeah, it's a free up air, so which is pretty much cool. Okay. Yeah, I really do like the costume, so that's pretty much nice. Alright, so yeah, Hongwing Jaeyeon is pretty much a good costume. It's a really interesting costume, by the way. I do like how he's kind of like a whole time like samurai, because he looks like a whole time samurai, by the way, so which is pretty much cool. And I also do like the hairstyle as well, so which is pretty much nice. So cool costume. Alright, next one is Hawks, which is the 11 Hollow Hawks. Now, I do remember some of his weapon skins' name, by the way. I do remember this one because it's called the Booming Bark. And this one right here is a very interesting name, by the way. It's called the Spring Cleaning for the Axe. The Spring Cleaning. Oh, wow. That is interesting. That is so interesting. I wonder how you call the Spring Cleaning a axe, though, by the way. I mean, I know there's just Hawks, and I know there's just a Bloomhalla costume for, like, the weapon skins, but, like, calling your axe a Spring Cleaning is kind of very interesting. He could have called it the Lumberjack axe. That would probably be cool right there, but I think we already have a Lumberjack skin for somebody. I think it's Bovar, I believe. But yeah, but still, this is a funny weapon skin name. I love it. I really love the weapon skin for this name. So, let's go ahead and show the costume. Zogs. Alright, so let's go ahead and do it at Plants and Pageant. Alright, here we are. Wow. The skin doesn't even look that bad, by the way. Sorry, costume. Alright. So let's see. So we're starting with the Spring Cleaning. I can't believe this is actually that the weapon skin name is called. That is so funny to me. Alright. So yeah, that's his left air, and then that's his right air. So they pretty much the same grabs, of course. Oh, sorry, the same airs. Then we got a down air, which I think the down air, if I remember seeing, is pretty much like this. Yeah, that's a crazy claw. Like, what is that? It's like a chain claw. Look at that. Crazy. Yeah, then his up air too. His pretty much okay. Yeah, I mean, I remember playing Ox before, by the way, but it's kind of interesting that I'm pretty much playing him again, pretty much in 2025 with the Bloomhalla costume, so which is pretty much nice. So I do like this costume. And then we got is pretty much the booming bark, which is interesting. It does match with the costume, which is pretty much nice. But yeah, his moves are pretty much cool as well for the cannon. Down air is cool. Lay a whole time of lava coming out. Is it long range, by the way? Close. It gotta be this far, I'm guessing. Yeah. Wow. Okay. And then for his not his down air, but I was gonna say his up air. Yeah, his up air. The chain is so crazy. Hold on, we really gotta pull that off. Alright, let me see if I can pull it off right quick. Okay. The one thing I don't like is that I timed these very too early. So, you gotta time them so perfectly, by the way. Just like that. Alright. Do one more time. Okay, not like that. There we go. Wow, that was a good up air move, too, as well. Alright, yeah. 11 Hollow Hawks is a good skin, by the way. Very good skin, very good costume. Do love the Spring Cleaning weapon axe, by the way. Literally probably one of the best names to give like a literal axe, by the way. So I love it. So this is a cool costume. Alright, next one is Tea Time Scarlet, which I haven't showed this costume in like since last year, by the way. And I've been showing this costume for like since 2022. So the weapon skins I remember is TKO and per the Rocket Basalt. So let's go ahead and show this costume. Alright, so let's go ahead and do it maybe in let's do it in a small brawl heaven. Also, I do love the name of it, by the way. Every time I just say it, it feels like I'm saying like Teen Titans. Like, doesn't it feel like I'm saying Teen Titans? Like Tea Time Scarlet and Teen Titans. It kind of does not sound like it's similar, but it's kind of sound similar to me, by the way. So which is pretty much interesting. So we have is the TKO, which is pretty the a literal T with a hammer on there, which is pretty much nice. Looks like I have a spoon on there though. Alright, so I do remember Scarlet move because I remember playing this character for the league since 2022. And I tell you what, this costume right here is pretty much good. Like, it's probably one of the most very interesting costumes for Scarlet, because I do love the hat with the goggle, especially the outfit as well. She looks like a whole time like flower garden, like a whole time flower garden like Scarlet, so which is pretty much nice. And also especially the Rocket Basalt is pretty much cool too. So I do love how they did with this weapon skin too. It's pretty much like a umbrella, so which is pretty much nice. Alright. So let me go ahead and finish Mordax for a second. Yeah, so this is a pretty much good skin. Sorry, good costume. I know I keep saying skin this whole entire video, but like I feel like skin should be like the new word I should be saying. It really should be. But still, yeah, this costume this costume is pretty much good. So do love it. I really do love it, by the way. I wouldn't say this is like Scarlet's best costume, because there's like more Scarlet costumes that you can think is pretty much like good, by the way. So it's pretty much alright. But still, I do like the costume for this one, by the way. It's pretty much a nice costume for Bloomhalla, so which is great. Alright, and pretty much for the last one we have for today, it's pretty much for Magyar, which I do remember showing back around 2024. And that's called the 11-Hala Magyar. So a weapon skin is the Photomystics Warhammer and the Law of the Land. Yeah, I think this one was probably my favorite weapon skins, as I remember saying from over last year. So which is pretty much great. So let's show this last column for today. Magyar. Alright, let's go ahead and do it at I think we'll do it at Tree Fort. Yeah, I think doing Tree Fort will be okay. Look at this costume, by the way. Alright, so here's 11-Hala Magyar. Wow, this is a interesting as I remember from 2024. So here's the Law of the Land, which I give it, that's what the hammer is called, by the way. The Law of the Land. I do like that. I really do like that. So let's see. Down air. Okay. Gotta be careful with this. Up air. And then right air. Oh yeah, the right air is pretty much creepy. It's really like creepy. Hold on. Alright, right air again. Look at that. Hold on. I can't even do it. Hold on. There we go. And just get one shot at that is crazy. Hold on. I want to see the gray sword. No, the Photomystics Warhammer. Wait, no. I think that was the Photomystics Warhammer. Sorry. This is the Law of the Land. Okay, I got those two mixed up. Okay. Yeah, so this is the Law of the Land. Okay. Because most of all, the weapon skins fit so perfectly for this costume. It feels like I'm pretty much just like seeing like two different like saying like two different names, by the way. And I pretty much just did like literally just right now. Not even like literally like a second ago. Just a moment. So which is pretty much nice. But still, I do like the Law of the Land weapon skin. I do like the Photomystic hammer, not the Law of the Land. So which is pretty much interesting, especially the costume as well. So that is pretty much good. So this is probably one of my favorite costumes for Bloomhalla, so which is pretty much nice. But I'm not a Magyar person because I've never really seen people use this character. But if you guys like Magyar, that is pretty much cool, because I have no hate toward Magyar at all, because he's a really good legend, by the way. That's not he's like the best legend, but he's pretty much just a really good legend in my opinion. So which is pretty much nice. Alright, so let's see which one is y'all favorite costume for the last day of Bloomhalla for showing these costumes of 2025. Is it Jaehyun's costume known as the Hogwing Jaehyun? Is it the Hawks costume, which is the 11-Hala Hawks, or pretty much the Tea Time Scarlet, and the 11-Hala Magyar? So which one is your favorite costume in this whole entire list? Because I think my favorite one is gotta be the 11-Hala Hawks, because most of all, the weapon skin of the spring cleaning of the axe is pretty much good. Probably one of my favorite weapon skins for Bloomhalla of 2025. So which is great. So I'm glad I did show this costume again in 2025. Alright, well everyone, I'm gonna go ahead and end off right here. If y'all enjoyed, sure you know what to do. So I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye.